Hello everyone, hi. JC for Life here. Hello, hi, it's me. Uh, Today we're taking a quick little jaunt in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. This is on Xbox Game Pass, Steam, Xbox Live, and I believe it's on Xbox One as well, but I'm not 100% certain. It may not be. Actually, I don't think it is on Xbox One, I think it's just on PC. But it's on PC, it's on Steam, it's on Game Pass. Wherever you buy your games, really, I think. The Microsoft Store, I guess. We're taking a quick little jaunt here in my hometown. We're in Eglinton Airport, which is in the city of Derry in the Northern Ireland, and we're on a quick jaunt to just south of my current location, which is Sligo. Okay. I just kind of thought I would do a little quick little trip here, just to kind of get myself back used to Flight Simulator and stuff again. I don't think I need the checklist. I don't think I need the ATC window open. I definitely don't need the objective window open. I know what I'm doing here. What we're going to do is, I think our current heading is going to be a little bit southwest of here. So it's 233. Vertical speed mode should be on. We want to climb about at a vertical speed of 600. Okay. Our altitude. Like I need the tooltip for the parking brake to like come away, please. Or I can just do that, I guess. I know the parking brake's on. And we want to climb to about 4,000 feet. I'm going to turn on the pitot heat switch here first of all. Let's get rid of the alerts here. Standby battery. Our parking brake is still in. Parking brake is still on here. The volume is up here. I'm isolating. Okay, so we have our map here as well. That's still there. That's fine. Everything there is fine. Everything is good. It's visible. Mixture throttle is on 0. Mixture control is on full send here. There's some buttons here that I'm supposed to. I don't think I can press any of these buttons actually. I don't think they do anything in this. Anyway, I think we are about ready to turn to take off here. We'll have our autopilot ready to go. We'll have our flight ready to go. Heading select is on. Nav mode is on. Approach mode is off. And flight director, I believe, should be on. I'm going to go into FS economy and start the flight from here. Ignore loading. So we have 3 passengers and 1 kilo of cargo on here. 3 of our passengers are going to Sligo. The cargo is going on to Galway. But yeah, I figure it might be something different to do on the channel today. Start throttling up. Take off our parking brake, and we should be ready to fly. So yeah, I just kind of thought it might be just a little something to do, something different on the channel. I'm not going to do flights and videos on here on like a consistent or regular basis or anything. Gonna keep it going here. We are ready for takeoff. Our autopilot is engaged. Heading select is on. And we should be ready to go. Vertical speed mode should be on as well, because vertical speed mode means we're going to try. Sorry, I'll talk over the ATC. Alright.
Tower JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo 420 continue for west departure.
That's alright, so our vertical speed is at about 650, or is floating around between 650 and 700 now. And we're going to try and get up to an altitude of 4,000 feet for our flight. You can see over here in our GPS we have left Derry. I'm going to change the camera outside here so you can see the lush grasses of the border between the Republic and Northern Ireland here. I don't think I think this is like a bit outside of Derry. I'm not sure whether the actual city of Derry, I think, is like somewhere over here. Yeah, we're on our way to Sligo. Let's see if I can pull up the map here. Yeah, there is a VFR map that we can use. We can just plant here. Yeah, like the actual city of Derry is like over here. We are going to be coming up on it now. I want to try and do as much of this video in the cockpit as I can, because you know it's going to be pretty hard to talk over the engine. Does it say what what altitude I'm supposed to be going at? You'll next contact me when I leave the airspace. Okay, well, I have technically left City of Derry Airport airspace. I am about to fly over the city of Derry itself. Take a look down there. I see some of the little like housing estates and suburbs and stuff there. So yeah, just to kind of keep you up to date with what I've been doing since the Nuclear Throne series ended, basically. Since then, I have moved back home to Ireland. I'm back home. I'm enjoying life. I got a new job. I'm working in a pet store in Donegal town now, which is really, really nice. It's only temporary. It's like 3 days a week, but lately, I'm sorry, I freaking dropped my phone there, dude. Lately, I have been able to manage to. I need to turn off auto ATC.
Eglinton Tower JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo 420 frequency change. Eglinton approach JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo 420 is type Cessna Skyhawk 5 miles southwest of Eglinton. Request flight following.
That's not how you pronounce Eglinton.
43 Kilo India Kilo 420 Eglinton approach. Squawk 7051.
Squawk 7051 JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo 420.
JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo 420 radar contact 5 miles southwest of Eglinton 2000.
I need to turn on GPS tracking here, actually.
QNH 29er decimal 8.
Well, he's talking there. This is Derry. There's the Peace Bridge there. The bridge that, okay, I'm gonna cancel flight following.
Eglinton approach JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo 420 cancel flight following.
JAYC 43 Kilo
Right, we'll get rid of that.
420 Eglinton approach cancellation received. Squawk 7000. Frequency change approved.
Eglinton approach JAYC 43 Kilo.
I thought I said to cancel flight following.
420 is type Cessna Skyhawk 6 miles southwest.
No, I
of
said to.
Request flight following.
JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo 420 Eglinton approach. Squawk 622 tree.
Eglinton approach JAYC
No, that's not what I meant to pick. That's not what I meant to pick. I wanted to cancel, not to repeat. But yeah, we're flying over Derry right now. Or perhaps Londonderry, as some of you may know it, depending on your political persuasions. I'm trying to see if I can see the Brandywell Stadium from here. That must be it there. That's the Brandywell. That's the football stadium, the home of Derry City FC. And I don't even know if my cursor showing here. Is my cursor showing? I guess I'll not find out until afterwards. Cancel flight following, please. Yeah, so there's like a dog racing track around the outside, and then there's a football stadium as well. That's right there, just on the approach as you come into Derry from the Republic side. I don't want flight following. Okay, hold on. I need to. Delegate ATC to AI off. Apply and save. Resume. I hope that didn't mess up my FS economy flight. Yes, that would be tragic. We're like well up in the clouds now. We're almost up at our designated 4,000 feet. This is gonna be very tricky. At least I'm a bit in control of the radio towers now. That's not so bad. I acknowledge the radar contact. Can I just cancel flight following? I will contact Sligo when I get there. I need to move this down so that you can actually see my heading. Oh, poor father on me. Where's Sligo? Okay, Sligo's not on this list, so we're not gonna tune into another ATC until we get there. We're just cruising here over 4,100 feet, just keeping it steady. Autopilot is on, taking care of everything, and time for a little channel update. Time for a little life updates. I'm gonna throttle down a little bit just to kind of save on gas, and maybe slow down a little bit as well. We have 110 kilometers to go, so it could be a little while yet. I mean, we did still only just leave Derry airspace really just a second ago. Yeah, you can't really see anything here, just like smack bang in the middle of these clouds. This is all like live weather, by the way. So as I'm recording this is actually what it's like over Derry right now, which is pretty neat. That, you know, a flight sim of this magnitude can just like tap in. I don't need the VFR map open because we can see it down here in this little right hand monitor right here. Now the left hand monitor just shows like our flight bearing and stuff like that. It's really cool. I'm really getting used to Flight Simulator right now. It's been, oh, we got a little break in the clouds. That's really neat. No, I'm not sure which airport it is. Oh, yeah, so that's Dunamana airstrip over there. We are gonna have Letterkenny somewhere over this direction, but not for another while yet. I don't think. I think it's just further down the Swilly River. As we come into the meeting of Lochfoyle, there where Derry meets the northern end of the Atlantic Ocean. So yeah, life updates. Yeah, I got a new job. I moved back home to Ireland. I've been doing really well. I got just kind of keep updates on the channel. I still don't kind of know what I'm doing on YouTube right now. I haven't really decided on anything kind of long term to bring to the YouTube channel. I may move my TGCTours content to there from Twitch, but I haven't that kind of set in stone yet. I did try qualifying for the TGCTours last week and didn't make the cut, so I'm back in qualifying this week again. I may do the qualifying later on today or tomorrow, so it'll be see, the rounds have to be in, I think the first 2 rounds have to be in before Tuesday, the last 4 except for Tuesday or Wednesday, and then the last 2 rounds have to be in before Saturday. I believe that's how they operate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record them one day and then upload them the following afternoon. That's the intention anyway. I don't know whether that's what I'll actually do or not. But I may experiment with it either this week or next week and see how that goes. Obviously the channel stuff, both pre-recorded on YouTube and live content, would be slowing down massively as we kind of get close to the Christmas season. But in the new year, that's hopefully what I intend to achieve, at least anyway. But, update on the live stuff. Things have been going pretty well since I moved, actually. So I got my I'm back in with my parents, and we upgraded our internet to fibre broadband, which means I finally have the upload speed to stream from home, which is absolutely incredible. The reaction to my return to streaming after my move and after my little bit of a break from it has been fantastic. I love you all. Thank you all very much for your support. Before I started streaming though, people's subscriptions, they were able to keep those going, which I really appreciated, and that resulted in me getting, for the first time, a payout from Twitch. So I finally got paid to do this for a living, which is nothing short of amazing. I 120% could not do it without all of your support. My heading indicator is wrong, and that means my let's just take a look out here. Yeah, you can't really see anything. Let's go back into the plane here. We're about 100 kilometers away from Sligo right now. Just gone past 100 kilometers. Our airspeed is above 74 knots. Let's check our fuel quantity is still looking pretty good here. Oil temperature or oil pressure is still looking fine. We could turn the mixture control down to about 15% because we're not climbing anymore. We're just kind of a cruise altitude here. We are cruising at 4,000 feet. We could actually try and increase to 5,000. Turn vertical speed mode on to about 400 and see if we can get up to another bit of a cruise altitude here without dropping some speed. If we can try and get up above these clouds and just break out into the sky, that would be amazing. That would be really great. As our autopilot is still engaged, that's great. That's fantastic. You love to see that. We don't need our landing lights on. We should probably keep our nav and our strobe lights on because the visibility outside isn't exactly the greatest. So that may be of a significant help. Let's take a look here. We get our wind speed up here. So wind is coming from 241 heading. This is 210, so we're flying like directly into the wind here, and wind speed is about 45 knots. So we're like flying right into the wind, but the autopilot seems to be doing a pretty good job of handling it. So that's very, very good. This is going to be a long bit of a ramble video, by the way. So I'm sorry about that. I kind of wish it was a better day outside. So, you know, whenever we're flying over our hometown, I can be able to like point out stuff. That would be really, really great. But beggars can't be choosers, especially if you're playing live traffic, live weather, which is really and truly the only way to play Flight Simulator, if you ask me. It's just the optimal way to play. But yeah. So I got paid by Twitch for the very first time because people kept their subscriptions while I was away, which I love and appreciate. I know, I keep saying this on stream. It's like you don't have to. I don't want people to feel like they're obliged to subscribe to me, or feel like they have some sort of. Is my heading wrong here? I think my heading's a little bit off. I want to just be able to kind of turn into the heading a little bit more. Heading select is on, so we should slowly be turning into our proper heading. This means we might just be like sitting on the fringe of these clouds. It would be great if the clouds could break, but looking outside, it's very, very overcast this afternoon here in dear old Donegal, so we might not be able to see anything out there. We're like touching 5,000 feet right now, which is great. You love to see that. So vertical speed mode is off because we've reached our target cruise height or cruise altitude. Good. Yeah, because we're so close to 5,000 feet, vertical speed mode will just automatically turn itself back off again. I really wish I could play some like in-flight music for you to listen to, but unfortunately the DMCA claims fiasco is still ongoing. We've got Carnon Airstrip, we've got Finn Valley down here, I believe. If we zoomed out on our map, we would be able to see that. So it's basically coming up a little bit over Ballybuffet Stranorlar direction. Can we zoom out the nav here? No, that's zoom in. Yes, EIFE. That's Finn Valley. Yeah, so that's the Ballybuffet Stranorlar area. EIBY. I'm struggling to wonder what that could be. That may be Ballybuffet there actually. There's Letterkenny there. We're well past that. But yeah, it was really nice to come back and immediately come back to like a paycheck from Twitch. That was unbelievable. Like, the 6-year-old me is just delighted that, you know, I was able to turn playing video games into something I get paid for, which is amazing. It's quite unbelievable still to me. But you know, we're out here, we're trying. We only have work like 3 or 4 days a week. Officially it's 3 days a week, but sometimes I might have to come in like an extra day or two just to help like cover stuff if we're like extremely busy, especially coming up to the holiday period as well. Because the store I'm working at is also like busy like doing some renovation work. So it's nice to have an extra set of hands there, because we're like moving shelves around and extending the store. There's a lot of like moving stock over and back and over and back. So having me around and having that extra help is definitely beneficial to them. And hey, I'm not gonna say no to a bit of extra cash in my pocket at the end of the week. But having a default schedule of 3 days a week really opens things up, because that's 3 days a week. If I take like one day off, which is pretty much like Sunday morning / afternoon, then that really opens things up in terms of like what I can do. Like I can stream more, or I can like record YouTube content, which obviously like hasn't been forthcoming as of yet, because I'm still kind of deciding what I want to do on there. But I would like to be able to like do some shorter stuff, like that doesn't fit like on stream. I want to do stuff that I can like do like full like hour-long segments on, or at least hour-long segments anyway. Like a game like Flight Simulator, where the flights are longer because they're based on like real-time avionics details and stuff. Like that fits well on Twitch, because you have like the live chat interaction. It's very kind of time consuming. It's on autopilot as well, so like you have time to like sit down and like talk with your community and so on, or just like hang out with friends on voice chat and stuff, and like catch up with people. So that's like really, really good. It doesn't really suit well on Twitch, because or on YouTube, because nobody's gonna sit here and like listen to me waffle on all by myself while flying through fog for 45 minutes plus. That doesn't really work that way. It's not great content for pre-recorded stuff, if you know what I mean. The same with Elite Dangerous, which I've been playing a bit lately. Like, sure, it might work in like an edited down situation, but it doesn't. It works a lot better in a live environment, if you ask me. But I'm only just really doing this as kind of like a channel update, to let you know like how I'm doing, how life's doing, what's happening with the channel and stuff. Another thing I meant to say as well is that it happened a little bit, very, very briefly, just like before I left, and it happened again. But I have been using a site called Keymailer, which is like a thing that like streamers, YouTubers, and like press can use to like request press copies of like video games and stuff, so that they can like provide video coverage, or like give them like press coverage for like reviews and stuff like that. So before I left, you'll see on the channel I was approached to cover a game called Art of Rally, which is really, really good. I really enjoyed my time with that game. I played it on a stream for like 3 or 4 days before I moved, and I exported one of the VODs to YouTube as well, so you can watch it. It's on the channel there. I'll probably put a little link up here or something, so that, you can click it on it and like go directly to it. Oh, you got a break in the clouds. Nice little partial little ray of sunshine coming in here. Can't really see it because we have like we have our like eye protectors up there, like stop us from like getting blinded by like UV rays above the clouds or whatever. But I did get given another key for another racing game called 80s Overdrive. It seems like very kind of, it's got that kind of synthwave aesthetic and kind of outrun style like gameplay, where you're just like going straight into the road and then just going left and right and like dodging and weaving around other cars. That seems like it should be like very fun to play. I got given the key on Friday, but I haven't played it yet. I'm probably going to play it on stream either tonight after I record this, which is Monday night, or Tuesday night, and probably export that VOD to YouTube as well, so you can see it here in case you miss it on the live show. That'll be very interesting to check out. I want to thank the developers whose name evades me right now. for the opportunity for that once again, and hopefully that does really well for me. Hopefully you'll tune in and support that, because these kind of things can only happen with your support. So like if I don't get the viewers, then these opportunities don't become available to me, basically. So it's all okay. The developers are called Insane Code. That's what I'm looking for here. I had to freaking
English, do you speak it?
yes, Samuel L. Jackson. I do speak English. Thank you. But yeah, these opportunities don't come around if I don't have the viewership to support them, seeing that it's worthwhile to give me codes like this. So that's why I want to just take a second out and just say thank you for the support, because that allows me to keep doing what I'm doing, basically. And obviously the more viewers I get, the more opportunities that become available to me. And the more games I get to eventually cover on the channel, and the closer I might get to, actually being able to do this like consistently for a living. But yeah, I hadn't really told until I got paid, like I hadn't really told my friends, or like some of my friends or my family, or like generally like the people in my life that are on Facebook, that I do this for a living. Well, not for a living, but like I done it like as a hobby, and then and then I posted like, hey, I've been like working at this for like the last 2 years, and like building up a reputation, building up like a backlog of like videos and so on, and kind of fostering an audience. And it's finally paid off, because after 2 years I finally got my first payment. Sure, like, yeah, $100 for 2 years of work isn't good in the grand scheme of things, but I have been able to prove to them, it's like, hey, this works. Like, sure, yeah, I got paid I got paid $100 after working for 2 years, but now that I've gotten paid once, basically, I can just say like, okay, well, this is now entirely justified because I made money back on it, which is money I wouldn't have made, if I wasn't broadcasting, if I was just playing this for fun myself and, not sharing it with an audience. But like, I've worked hard over the last few years to kind of foster said audience, and I'd like to, like, I can't say this enough, honestly, but like, thank you so much for being here. Like, obviously I can't do this without you watching. Certainly not in like any sort of like professional capacity, at least. But it's maybe wanted to like try new things, and like not really so much like think outside the box, but like it's got me a bit more open and more communicative, and I think that's come across better in my personal life as well. Even though my personal life has kind of really gone to the dogs over the last 2 years, which that's not really something I'm super comfortable talking about, like on YouTube or on Twitch or whatever. But like, my life in America kind of wasn't that great, and things didn't work out the way I planned, but I managed to like make some friends there. My work that I did put in on Twitch and YouTube did manage to like get me an audience that will like engagement with my work, and it gave me like a sort of a community that I can kind of work with and around, and not only just like work with and work around, but like people that like I get along with, I can play online with, I can collaborate with them if I want to as well. Okay, my heading indicator's wrong. I'm pressing D, which probably means that my altitude one is wrong as well, so I'll just correct that. We are floating at just under 5,000 feet, right now, and we're a shade over 70 kilometers away from Sligo. I'd say we're not super far away from Barnesmore Gap right now. It's all like mostly bogland right now. I really do wish the weather was better, so that, you know, we could look down and like see whereabouts we are in the context of like I'm from here and I would be able to point out things, but alas and alack, that isn't really the case right now. We are just like cruising here. We're just floating around the 80 knots mark speed wise. I do have enough fuel. I should consider turning the throttle up just so that, you know, we kind of get there a little bit sooner. Alright. We're in the green. We are at about 5,000 feet. As you can see, we're in the clouds. We cannot see anything right now. At least, you know, we're going a little bit faster, which means we'll get to our destination a little bit sooner. Which is good for us, because I kind of run out of topics to talk about. But yeah, I'm just like trying new things. Like I don't think I would be the kind of person who would like play flight simulators normally. And the last time I tried to play Elite Dangerous, which I have been playing on Twitch over the last few days, I wouldn't normally kind of be attracted to those types of games, but I did kind of pick both of them up lately, and was just like, hey, you know what? This is actually kind of pretty exciting. And like, I'm really excited to kind of keep playing them and keep progressing. Like Elite in particular, because there's like, let's just take a look around the back of the ship here. Yeah, it's only like a little 4-seater airplane, which is perfect, you know, for like short hop trips like this, because, you know, you don't want to be taking like a 737, which is like the size of the freaking the city, Derry itself, and then just only going to Sligo with it. That just seems like a waste. But yeah, Elite's probably a bit better to play than MS Flight Simulator, because you know, there's like even though there's like not like a critical path as to how to play the game, there is like a mission structure, so, you know, you can pick out your missions and you're just like, okay, I know I need to go there, I know I need to do this. Whereas Microsoft Flight Simulator is just, you pick where you start, you pick where you end, just fly forehead. We can't even see ourselves. Like, we don't have, because you're in first person, you don't really have a player model. Let's read the signs here. The markings and placards installed in this airplane containing operating limitations, which must be complied with when operating this airplane in the normal category. Other operating limitations which must be complied with when operating this airplane in this category or in the utility category are contained in the pilot's operating handbook and FAA approved airplane flight manual. Normal category: no acrobatic maneuvers including spins approved. So we're not going to be doing any barrel rolls on this flight. Utility category: no acrobatic maneuvers approved except those listed in the operating handbook. Baggage compartment and rear seat must not be occupied. So we are on a normal category. So our back seats, even though you can't see player models there, they technically are occupied because I approved the weight in the pre-flight. Spin recovery: opposite rudder, forward elevator, neutral ice controls. Flight into known icing conditions is prohibited. This airplane is certified for the following flight operations as of date of original airworthiness certificate. daytime flight, nighttime flight, VFR, and IFR. So we're not allowed acrobatic maneuvers. If we're in utility mode, we cannot have the seats occupied. But we're playing this game alongside a separate simulator today, which I got told by my good friend, friend of the show, friend of the site, Yosai612. If you don't follow him on Twitch, please do. He's a fantastic human being. He's been a good friend to me over the last year or so. And he's been there for me a lot. He's been super supportive, super helpful with getting me set up on Flight Simulator here. But he hooked me up with a website called FS Economy, which is what I'm using today for this flight. It's kind of like a community-driven career mode for Flight Simulator. So like it just basically like drops you in like you're a pilot. You can like rent planes and like fly anywhere in the world, fly like from one place to another and get paid for it. You use that money to then like either buy a plane of your own or like found an airline, or just like if you find an airport that doesn't have them, you can like set up like a base of operations. Like you can have like your airline HQ there and like sell supplies and stuff out of it, or like generate your own contract so that like you get paid for if other people like take your passengers, you get paid for it still. So that seems like it could be really, really fun. So we're flying for his airline today, which, because his name is Yosai, his airline is called Kikoman Airways, which is why our flight number begins with KIK, because it's Kikoman's. His name is Yosai and his name is Kikoman Airways. It makes sense. It's a brand of soy sauce. Anyway, I'm freaking waffling along here. We're just below 60 kilometers now from our destination. If the air was a little bit clearer, you'd probably see Donegal town just down here to your right. Hop out of the plane for a second. Yeah, we can't really see it here. I wonder if we dive down a little bit, would we be able to see it? Turn vertical speed mode on, and actually I need to turn down the altitude and then turn vertical speed mode on. We're going to reduce down to 4,000 right now. Try and see if we can come out of these clouds. And keep a vertical speed of around about 200 until we get down to our designated height. Our autopilot is still engaged. Oh, we still can't see anything because it's so overcast, it's so rainy down here. Our windows could use a little bit of a wash as well, but I guess that's what happens when you're up in mid-air. Yeah, we're gonna have Donegal Bay on your right hand side if we can get a break on these clouds. It's starting to look a little bit bluer out here, so perhaps we're starting to get a little bit into the clear. Doesn't look like it. It does look like we're gonna miss Donegal town, but we may be able to fly over Ballyshannon and Bundoran, or at least have them visible. We are lower down, we're just under 4,700. I really wish that we could like listen to music on the way, but I don't want to get like a copyright strike, and I don't want this video to get like flagged for like a copyright claim or something, and then have to like, even though like my YouTube channel doesn't really have like a lot of viewers or a lot of subscribers, I don't want it to be like, oh hey, someone claimed the rights to this one track that you played on here, so thereby we're going to start putting ads on your video, and then you're not going to get paid for it because you don't have enough viewers. But whatever. it's not worth it, if you ask me. It wouldn't surprise me if that one Samuel L. Jackson sound clip manages to trigger it as well, even though it's edited because I took a swear word out of it. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if someone saying that, like, oh hey, you use Samuel L. Jackson's voice, that clearly isn't yours. Pay me? Like, no, I'm not gonna do that, don't be daft. Are we at full throttle? No, we're not, we're at 92% throttle. Still like almost a half tank of fuel, so let's just make sure the throttle is on. Yeah, the throttle is on full send now. I'm keeping the mixture control of 15 because we're not taking off. We only need like a lean mix if we're up here. Excuse me. Alright, 50 kilometers away from Sligo. It's a pity the clouds aren't breaking right now, because our flight path, that purple line, that's like the critical path between the two airports. That's like flying right over Ballyshannon. It's just like right there at the mouth of just like where the Erin goes into Donegal Bay. That'd be really nice to see there, because I did used to pass by down there for work once upon a time. I don't really have a reason to go there anymore, but still, it would have been nice to see, you know, a little bit of like where I come from, like my hometown and like where I live and so on. But I guess that'll be time for like another day, or maybe we'll do another video of just like a little kind of a casual flyover without like FS economy, and just have like run like clear skies without using the live traffic. Just so that you can see around, I guess. That would be really, really nice. I guess I should have done that today, but because I wanted to tie it into FS economy as well and like make a little bit of money for myself. Kind of decided that wasn't really going to be the case. Yeah, I'm kind of running out of things to talk about here. I don't really have a lot going on in my life aside from like, you know, moving home and everything. Like, obviously, like with current events being the way they are, it's kind of hard because, you know, we can't really get to spend time with friends and family or whatever. Like, I do get to spend time with like some of my family because I live like really close by, and like I see my brothers all the time because of like the proximity of where we live means they're kind of always in and out, and you know, I carpool with one of them as well because I don't drive. So that's really nice to be able to keep up to date with them that way. But like my sisters, like I haven't really been in that much of a contact with them since I moved home either, which is, you know, slightly disappointing, but it's kind of my own fault really, because I haven't really kept in contact with them like since I moved away to begin with. And now since I moved back, you think I would change that, but apparently not. I'm sorry, but I do need to try and be better about that. But just like work commitments, life commitments, and then like Twitch commitments means like I don't really have a lot of spare like non-socializing time because I'm so busy like working on this and trying to make something off it and make sure that like it works out and is worth the time investment that I'm sinking into it, because that's a lot of it as well. It's a time sink, and you know, I'm not gonna be able to just click my fingers and 100 viewers are gonna show up and just be all like super excited for my content. No, I have to work on that, because that could happen once if some other person with like a larger audience brings a raid to my stream and like brings them in so like we can all like watch my stream together after they're finished streaming themselves. But I have to put in the work and make sure that like the content that I'm putting out there is worth them sticking around and coming back for after that initial view. Now, there's one thing to get the views once, but you know, you want to be able to like retain the viewers that you are getting, if that makes sense. And it's like, sure, like, yeah, you like, it's great to get to be able to like go viral and have like a flash of like a massive surge of viewers on like one video, but what ideally you want to happen is that they hit like the follow button or the subscribe button, and then they come back the next day or whenever, or the next time you're live, or the next time you post up a video, and you see that same person coming back and it's like, hey, I really like your content, and like I would like to watch it on a regular basis. Incorrect heading indicator, let's fix that. Now that's kind of the goal for me, is, you know, try and get an audience that will watch on a consistent basis. Because if that happens, then any new viewers that come in will add to that, and you know, it won't be like a water wheel where you know the like viewers will drop off and then be replaced as you know the wheel comes back around. I want them to stay on that, so that, you know, it's building up and up and up. If that makes sense. I hope it makes sense anyway. Yeah, I just don't want like a cycle of viewers basically, but they kind of constantly rotate in and out. Because that's just spinning the tires. You're going nowhere. We're like 37 kilometers away from Sligo now. We are like immediately over Ballyshannon, but you wouldn't know it to look out the windows here because it's just so cloudy outside you can't see anything. Maybe we should come down to 3,000 feet. Let's turn the vertical speed mode back on and see if we can kind of descend a little bit more. And hopefully things will start becoming more visible. I mean, I could do this myself, but I'm like, I need to learn like how to use the nav here. How to use this Garmin software, so that, you know, like I can use my autopilot and have it be efficient. It's what I've done, and I've seen other streamers doing it as well, where like they could like, sorry for the jitters there. I didn't mean to move the camera that direction, but what I've seen other people do is like they'll like AFK the game, where like they'll like take off, they'll like set the autopilot on, and just leave that kind of as like a side stream in the background, and then like, I don't know, have like a mini window up here, like over here for like their webcam, and just like sit on the side of the screen, like could be like playing chess or something like that, just to kind of occupy the time and like fill in the space, instead of like, I mean, they probably are like chatting with their audience as well, but just like they're doing something else in the meantime, in addition to Flight Simulator, which is like a really neat idea. I should have thought about doing something like that before I started here. But maybe it's something I can experiment with and I can come back to, but like that depends on whether or not like I come back to making Flight Simulator regular programming, whether that's solo or whether that's like flying in like a pilot squad. I'm going to open the ATC here and see if I can tune into Sligo. Can I tune into Sligo here now? It wants me to tune into Shannon Centre, but no. I'll tune into Sligo Tower and just have it ready. We are still 30 kilometers away from Sligo Airport. We are coming down. We're just hovering over 3,000 feet right now. We're still doing pretty good power wise. We're still doing pretty good fuel wise as well. We've got about a half a tank here still going. We're just around about Bundoran right now. We're kind of optimal RPM here. So if we zoom out, you'll see how close we are to Sligo here. Like we're almost within the Sligo airport airspace, so they'll be ready to like take us in for like our approach very, very soon. So wind's looking like 43 knots coming from a heading of about 230. So we're not directly flying into the wind, but we're not super far away from it either. I should turn my heading a little bit. Just to kind of line us up a bit more. Oh, no, that's not where I would want it. I didn't realize that like double tapping just like kept sending it. I really skewed off my flight path there. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I come out wide enough so that I'll leave myself enough space to turn in, and you just have to turn in rather than heading straight for the airfield and then having to turn around and then turn in for the approach. These are the things you have to like think about whenever you're coming in to land an aircraft. You have to leave room for your landing. You can't just like come in and just like VTOL or park it. For those who aren't familiar with the terminology, VTOL being like vertical takeoff and landing is just like, oh hey, we'll just fly and just like stop right over the airfield and then just land straight down. Obviously, like in like the likes of like a small Cessna, like in any sort of like traditional regular aircraft, you can't do that. But like if you're in like say like a Harrier jump jet, yeah, sure you can. Or like a spaceship in Elite Dangerous, sure, yeah, you can do that. But real planes in the real world, like civilian planes, don't work that way. You do have to like leave yourself room to land. We are coming up into Sligo airspace right now, so we should be able to hear from them on the tower very, very soon. And then we'll get to the exciting part of the flight when, which is the landing. We've been recording here for almost a freaking hour. This is going to be a very long VOD to upload. I'm actually kind of looking forward to landing today. Because that's kind of the most exciting part of the flight is the touchdown. We're like 20 kilometers out, so it's coming up close to it. If I'm doing like flight simulator content on the channel anymore, it probably will be just like, hey, here's an update with like what's going on, with like what you can expect on Twitch or whatever. But what I will probably do in those instances is I will just record this. I will probably like record the game footage without me talking over it, and then dub me talking over that footage afterwards, and then just edit it out to make the flight seem shorter, so that, you know, it starts with the takeoff and then ends with the landing. and then it has me waffling in the middle. Because I'm not trying to draw a conversation out for like an entire hour-long flight. That's what I'm saying. Because I don't have that many anecdotes or that kind of interesting of a life to fill that kind of time. Like sub 18 kilometers away. Our heading is kind of misaligned here. We are going over a bit of a hilly region, but it's not like super high in the topography scale. So like 3,100 feet will absolutely clear it. Like a lot of Ireland is lowland, so I don't have to worry about it. You'll see it here anyway on the nav screen, whether I'm coming up to any kind of like serious sort of mountain ranges or anything. That's the good thing about Ireland, is a lot of it is lowland. Like you'll have like mountain ranges, but you'll not have anything over like 10,000 feet really. It's like for the most part you can like cruise at 3,000 and not come up on anything. That's threatening. Not like what happened to me yesterday. I was flying from like two small towns, like from California to Nevada, and trying to get through Kings Canyon just ended me yesterday. It was quite hilarious, but also like quite embarrassing as well. Because like I could have taken a turn and gone through like a gap in the a little gap in the canyon, but I thought like, okay, you know what, I can clear this mountain, and I couldn't, and crashed spectacularly. Yeah, that was very, very bad. It's ATC time, I think.
Sligo Tower JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo 4208 miles northeast to land.
JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo 420 Sligo Tower. Fly straight in runway 29er. QNH 29er decimal 89er wind 156 at 14.
Make straight in runway 29er JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo 420.
Alrighty. We have our pattern entry, which means we have to disable the autopilot, and now we are in full control of the aircraft right now. We're losing frames. We can get rid of the ATC for now. But we want to come in and actually we want to start easing off the throttle here, because we're going to be coming in for a landing. We don't want to be giving it the full send here. I mean, we have like a, I don't know what that beep was for. I think because we're below our target altitude. Sorry. Yeah, I should turn flight director off. I mean, a lot of those buttons are only like worthwhile hitting if you're like running on autopilot. We are still coming in too fast. I should be kind of lowering the throttle a little bit here, just to kind of cruise in. Because like the help guides say here, like we are coming in too fast We can reduce our altitude to 1500. I just like to pinch the nose up a little bit, just to kind of slow the plane down. That's while we assume the landing formation here. That's why it's great playing this game on easy mode, because it gives you this kind of heads up display to kind of guide you in for your landing. Says, you know, hey, it's like, this is a safe approach, you won't run into any buildings or crash or anything.
JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo 420 cleared to land runway 29er. Wind 156 at 14.
Alright. Here we go. We are 10 kilometers from home. Let us do this.
JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo
Oh,
420, please acknowledge.
I forgot I put the ATC back on
Clear to land
manual.
runway 29er JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo
Yeah, that was my bad.
420.
I should put up my flaps just to kind of help me air brake and slow down a little bit. This is going to be really interesting to see coming in for the landing here. We are starting to see stuff here. Our heading indicators incorrect. Okay, we can see the lights on the airstrip. We can see Sligo town. My flaps are all the way open. I still need to kind of pitch the nose up a little bit because we still are going too fast. It's like we're not going fast enough to climb, but we're like, I mean, I guess we are kind of going a little bit on the fast side here. I need to just kill the throttle entirely. And just kind of coast it in, send it home. Most effective way of... Let's just go into the outside view here. The most effective way of like killing your speed is to pitch your nose up. And because our throttle's pretty much off, we're just coasting here. We still are coming in pretty fast.
500.
Do still need a little bit of throttle, but we do have our nose pitched up. We are coming in for a landing. We're coming in pretty strong, pretty hot. We are going to clear the water here.
Stall. Stall.
I freaking hope we're going to clear the water.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Oh no, we may not clear the water.
Stall. Stall.
That's bad. That's really, really bad. Okay, we're going to clear the water. Let's kill the throttle.
Stall. Stall.
I know we're going to stall, kid.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
If I had to get my flaps to ground configuration, I perhaps touched down a little bit too early. But ladies and gentlemen, we have landed at Sligo Airport. A successful landing, if I do say so myself.
JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo 420 exit runway when able. JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo 420 contact ground on 122.1.
Going to 122.1 JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo 420. Sligo ground JAYC 43 Kilo India Kilo 420 request taxi to parking.
Coming in
JAYC
to
43
park.
Kilo India Kilo 420 taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway.
Alright.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway JAYC 43
Ladies
Kilo
and gentlemen.
India Kilo 420.
Parking brake. Is engaged. Avionic bus is off. Our flight is logged. And we've done it. A successful flight from Derry to Sligo. Thank you all very, very much for tuning in. It's been nice to have you, to be able to sit here and update you with what's going on in the channel and stuff. It's been wonderful. Thank you all very much for the support, both here and on Twitch. And hopefully I will see you guys on some more YouTube content very, very soon. Last bit of housekeeping before I go. We do stream weeknights, except Friday nights. From roughly speaking around about 7:30 to 8 PM we start. That's GMT, so that'll be 3 PM Eastern US time. Yeah, that's 3 PM US Eastern time. So around about there we start. Hopefully you can join me over on Twitch. And look forward to seeing you hanging out in the channel. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Ta-ra.